Hi, I'm Erin. I am the creator of the movement Bourne body bands. So I am a yoga and Pilates instructor. I've been teaching yoga for 11 or 12 years now, Pilates for about 10 years. Throughout that time teaching, I've figured out the best ways to use equipment and the best kinds of equipment, and I found that there was this glaring gap. The resistance bands that we usually use, they're either the latex, which some people are allergic to that. Also, they tend to break or they deteriorate over time and they get very sticky and they roll. And also when I'm teaching guys, if they've got the bands and they've got hairy legs, it's not a good time for them. The fabrics are just a million times better, I found, and they're softer on the skin. They don't roll like the latex and they don't snap. And all of those problems have been cut out. Also, what I found is the booty bands, which I love and they do so many good things, they didn't quite do enough for me because I love using the bands to do arms, to bring more body parts into each movement. And so when I'm teaching Pilates, I wanted more from my resistance bands. And so that's why the red resistance bands came into play, because they're longer. I can use them for so many different things. So when you're watching the videos, you'll see. And if you are a yoga or Pilates instructor, you'll get it. You'll find all sorts of new and wonderful ways to use these things. The handles are there to cater for different heights, different sizes, and then just different resistance desires. So depending on what you're after any given day, you can change it up according to what you want and how many times you wrap it around. So that is why, rather than a loop, I've got a nice big band and you can change it how you need to according to what you're after. I am an exercise science graduate. I focus a lot on movement, a lot on functional movement. I study anatomy, I teach anatomy. I am a complete body nerd, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just obsessed and I can't get away from it. And so the more I learn and the more I study and the more that I experiment with the practice and with the anatomy and the new movement modalities that are coming out and new research on fascia, the more it struck me that yoga is an active practice. And even if you're not wanting to make it active stretches per se, if you're still wanting to make it a more traditional practice, the band that I've created for yoga is such a good proprioception tool. So what it means is this is giving you so much feedback on what you are activating and what you aren't. And it's reminding you where to move and what to switch on. And I've just found it so effective in my own practice. And it's been absolutely brilliant for creating a very alive, active, dynamic practice that is far more aware. And after all, isn't that what our yoga practice is about, is creating awareness and bringing light into those dark spots. And the bands for yoga, they're a less resistance fabric, so they're not quite as hard work as the Pilates ones, because I am after activity, but not a full-on workout necessarily. So not to say that you couldn't use the Pilates bands in yoga and make it more of a workout if you chose, but the option is there. And so that is where the body bands came from and why I created them and why I think that they've boosted my ability to teach the kinds of classes that I want and for my students to move and get the results that they want.